There. Shit. Fuck. Of course I dropped my pencil. Whee! I don't think to finish that so I can do the puzzle. I know my book is feeling. It is dirty. Wee. So I just had like an interesting conversation with my husband and his friend. Because I'm also, while this is going on, I'm also doing my laundry. And his friend has some stuff in the dryer that I need to move out. But as I was moving out of the way, because our laundry room is more like a closet. It just has our washer, dryer, and our laundry soap. So I'm moving out of the way so he could get his stuff out. And as I'm doing that, I accidentally stubbed my toe on the door to the closet. Because there's two doors that open out. You just pull them and they open. So I just saw my toe and I hop away a little bit. He was like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Dude, I kicked the door." He was like, "Oh, I thought you hit your funny bone, but that's a lot worse stubbing your toe." I'm like, "Nah, I feel like hitting your funny bone or something is a lot worse than stubbing your toe." And that's my husband what he thinks, and he's like, "Nah, stubbing your toe is a lot worse than funny bone." I don't know, maybe I'm just different. Guys are like, funny bone just hurts a little bit, but stubbing my toe feels like it broke. I'm like, I don't know about y'all, but when I hit my funny bone on something, I might as well just be crippled for a little bit. Because that hurts. There's nothing funny about hitting your funny bone on something. That hurts. Hold on, dudes. Let me close the door so I can let Blue out. Because she is being annoying. Stop. Oh yeah, it's just 3 or 4 days. 4 days. Yay! Can you give me like 3 seconds? Oh my god, ferret. Ghost? Ghost, what are you doing? Actually, my husband's out there. So she can run around for a little bit. Whoops, your lock's on. Come on, ferret. Come on. Come on. Why are you so annoying? Huh? Why are we so annoying today? Ferrets, man, ferrets. Don't get it. Oh, baby, are you itchy? Are you an itchy girl? Yeah. I'm sorry. So I had my Discord event last night, yeah? And freaking it after we had already finished playing like I think it was like 3 rounds of board games online. Freaking love that game, by the way. If you have that, you definitely should. But like none of us are ready to get off. And one of the other members was like, yo, so someone sent me a link to a BDSM quiz. And I'm like, huh? Oh, what quiz? But it was like to determine your archetype, I think it was. We were like, you know what, let's just take it and see what happens. I already started taking it while we were playing BGO. Everyone went until we were done. Although they shouldn't have because it was like I think it was like 70 or 80 questions. So it definitely took a minute to take it. Oh, that sucks at trying eyebrows. Oh my god. These aren't even cousins. They're like way different. Forget sisters and even cousins. That's a little bit. But yeah, the group was mainly comprised of like femme people with one dude, and that's the server owner's boyfriend. But he goes and he's like, I'm not gonna take this. He seems kind of gay. I'm like, what do you mean gay? It's like, it's mostly questions about being a bot. I'm like, what do those two have in common? Bottoming and gay? What? These what? It's not just questions about bottoming. Besides, you have two choice. You have two ways to answer it for you and your partner. You can just say it doesn't apply to you, or just say not at all. The result will give you based on your answers will tell you about what kind of top or bottom you are of your switch. Same for your partner. I'm not going to share my results on live. No, thank you. But that was like a weird way to look at it. Like, I don't know, bro. Weird way to think about it. But at least you took it. I forgot what everyone got on it. But I think for the most part, most of us were bottoms, so. Lily's right out the door. I love that girl, but she's such a pain sometimes. Enter my notes. Oh my god. I'm really hoping soon I can have this done and rigged as a PNG model, and then eventually work on like the 2D rigging. And then 3D to be used for both lives and movement and VR chat. Because I am on VR chat, I just use like a generic furry model.
lady.
Yes. You guys are out there. She can hang out there with you guys.
Okay.
My husband coming back in with the ferret, like, oh, you lost this. You guys are out there. She's fine. Isn't that right, Boo? You're fine. You had supervision. Kind of. Scratch. I did not watch any Courage last night. That's probably sad. I didn't watch any Courage. No, no. Ooh. Did I ever tell you about the drama from my last job? I don't think I've ever really spoken about my last job. Before I started working at the home improvement store, I worked for a fast food joint. I think you can stand this. I used to work for a fast food joint called Freddy's. Um, I was front end, but I was also trained in back end when I first worked there back in 2019 to 2020. Yes, I left just as the pandemic started. Like I think I moved and quit a week after the pandemic. Shut everything down. A week after shutdown started. But anyway, a lot of crazy shit happened there. Because of course everything crazy happens at a fucking fast food joint. Right now, I really want to tell you the story about how some dumbass employee used the email that he used when he signed on to work here to make a complaint, a bad review on Google. I wonder if I can pull it up. I probably can. But do I want to go through the effort? That was like years ago. Let me see if I can. But yeah, my overplays very much feel like dysfunction, siblings in a dysfunctional family. No, when I worked here, it was so good. I wonder if I can filter a name. Probably not. Can we filter by like oldest? No. Lame. What if they deleted it? They probably did. Let's be real. Damn, this wave has gone downhill since I left. Oh, they got new managers after I left. Do you mean R instead of our? Cruz and Tyson, our hands down. Dumbass. Damn, they have a lot. I mean, you kind of listen to Colt. Was it working there when it happened? Oh, nothing. To be fair, this is out of order. You mean here? You mean there's smashed fucking burger? What were you expecting? That's how they're supposed to look. Not there being a review from a Karen. Literally, the name is Karen. Just that Karen. Oh. Well, funny. This would be so much more entertaining if I did the act. Fucking. Bro, what? Review. So people get those 1 star with like no. Nice when I think it's 1 star. I would not be surprised if it was like fake reviews. I can't find it. There's so many. But anyway, this dude was new and still learning about the work culture there. I think it's only been there like a week or so. One of the things we would do during like so periods, always lane, we loved kind of horsing around a little bit. We did like to horse around a little bit. Just so we weren't fucking bored during slow periods. Like I went from like a little rough housing to pulling pranks. We had this one manager while I was working there that was like notorious for this shit. And we all loved him. So yeah, this newbie comes in. I'm just gonna start calling him newbie. So he comes in. He's new, getting used to the work culture, like I said. He mostly kept himself where we're all like grouped together talking. I don't blame him. I'm the same way when I start a new job. I like to keep to myself until I find people that I'm chill with. Why is she giving my cat's head? What the hell? I'm sorry, what I drew. She looks like a cat when she wants to play. My cat like lean out to the side like, you gonna do something? But anyway, newbie comes in. And he sees that we like the horseplay, but he takes it like the complete wrong way. And he writes there, he's like, I can't remember word for word what it said, because this was like 5 years ago. Something like that. Not even 5 years ago, like, when did I leave? More like 4 years ago, I think. But he was really like, I'm an employee here. And like I said, I can't remember for where. He's like, I'm an employee here. And there's like something about an air of fear among the other employees. Management's unprofessional or some shit like that. I don't even remember completely. But like I said, dude made this complaint on Google reviews with the same email he used to sign on to the company. The same email that was on his file. And so like his next shift, I think they like called him in. I think he assumed he was just like covering for a shift or some shit. So he comes in. And the manager most of us were chill with, other than that dude. takes him into the office to talk to him. And all of us up front and in back end, we're all together like, what's going on? We just saw that newbie go into the freaking manager's office. Is he even scheduled today? And then we hear the manager office door like bang open and a bunch of yelling. And then he like leaves through the service door and he like slams that thing open too. And we're like all stood there, Pikachu shock face. Like, what just happened? And so the manager comes out, he's like, yeah, so newbie got fired today. We're like, wait, what? Why? Didn't he just start? He's like, yeah, so he made a negative review on Google using the same email he used to sign on here, the same email that's in his file. I'm like, are you serious? Is he really that stupid? That's crazy. He's like, yeah, he did not take being fired well. He like called me an asshole. He was like, no. He said word for word. He called me an asshole, but it was like, no, wait, no, you're not just an asshole. You're a fatherless asshole. And I stood there like, yeah, okay, thank you. By the way, that's all my manager's saying that, and I'm just laughing. I'm like, he's mad because he got fired for making a negative review and being stupid enough to put it underneath the same email he used that's in his file. That is his fault, not yours, not the company's. His fault. He was stupid enough to use the same email that's in his file instead of making like a burner. But it was so stupid. I thought the whole thing was hilarious, obviously. Give me like 2 minutes, guys. I gotta go switch out my laundry. I'm doing laundry while doing all this. I'll be right back. Guys, I never had that on. Yeah, that will have longer for myself. Oh, straight lines are gonna beat it up to me. Well, technically, our light's not entirely straight, so. Oops. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Try not to die, lady. Fuck.
That's our drawing of chest is the hardest part of any drawing for me. That and hands. I know realistically, a woman's chest is not symmetrical, but I always try to make it symmetrical in drawings and it never works out. Bill, what are you doing? Bill's like falling around. Oh, the reach is perfect. Or as perfect as perfect can be. And while I do like to share my artwork on social media, that does not mean I think that I'm good at it. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I should have stopped asking for tips on social media when it comes to my artwork. Because a lot of people like to follow like rules when it comes to artwork on social media. And it's always the same thing, like, oh, your body proportions aren't realistic. this is too over exaggerated, that's too over exaggerated, your anatomy's wrong. It's like, not everyone cares about that. Not all art has to look the same. Everyone's art style is different. You guys made one arm wrong and another one. Oh, it did.
Pretty.
Ew, my right hand's turning up bad. That's horrible. I'm gonna keep on for a little bit longer, guys, just because this ain't digging interrupted with me going to go take care of my laundry. And I think one of those people always try and be like, only one body type is realistic. I should say body type, but like body proportions. When even that isn't realistic.
What?
Everyone has different proportions for their bodies. Like for example, let's say if someone gave the character a short torso but longer legs. Social media critics will be like, that's not realistic. The torso and legs should be equal. And I was like, actually, that's not realistic. Not everyone's torso is proportionate with their legs. I have a short torso but long legs. Similar to my Abby, actually. And then there's people that are opposite who have shorter legs but longer torso. And actually, having longer legs and short torso makes bending over to touch my toes while stretching a little, like, actually really hard. Like, I cannot even reach. My hands, I can bend as far as I possibly can go. It's just about like, I'm bent like a 90-degree angle. That's about as far as I can go, and my hands only reach to like my shins. And I've had PE teachers try to call me out on that. They'd be like, Raven, come on, keep your legs together, but bend down further and grab your toes. I'm like, do you not see how I'm built? My legs are longer than my freaking torso. I cannot reach. This is as far as I can go. I am trying. I cannot go any further. Even my June boss tries to like call me out for the way I stretch. Because I do most of my stretching seated just because that is a lot easier for me to do. Um, and one day while I'm doing my stretching, it's like, you need to get up and actually stretch. I'm like, I'm stretching. It's just I have to do it a little differently because I'm not proportionate. And this is a lot easier for me to stretch this way. I will get up to help crack my knees a little bit and do more stretches. Because let me do this. And keep in mind, I'm like at the end of giving a fuck about working at this company. I'm just waiting to move and hopefully get my driver's license to just fuck off and leave somewhere else. And they have been wisely for like the longest time. I never even wanted to work there in the first place. Because I applied while I was still working at my last job. And really, I just wanted to stay at that job. I like that job a lot better. I don't like this one. I mean, yeah, dealing with customers sucked ass because all of them are just a bunch of fucking Karens. But at least I didn't have a shit ass manager on this fucking high horse breathing down my neck about stupid shit. But my resolve to want to leave only grew stronger when I found out why they fired my last manager, and then it only got worse. I hired this new guy. Literally, the only reason I stayed at this company for as long as I fucking did, which is almost, it'll be 4 years in July. reason I stayed is because money. If it weren't for the fact that I had to fucking pay a shit ton for my apartment, I would have already left. Most of the people at that company I do not give a fuck for. There's only like 3 people there I would say are my friends, and that's it. The rest of my coworkers can all go to shit. Hey, you get out of there. That is not yours. That is not your room. That is your sister's. Not my cat trying to go into my ferret's tank. Oh my god. So rude. I'm really hoping to move maybe next month into a cheaper apartment. And I'm hoping at my appointment next month, they'll sign off on me getting my driver's license so I could get a car and just leave that shithole job. Even if I have to take on 2 jobs, I don't care. I don't want to work anymore. Hi, Eddie. I want you to think about this person's lore. Excuse me. Because unlike here on reality, where my VTuber is just myself, the VTuber I'm making for Twitch is not. It's a whole new character with her own personality, her own lore, their own yeah. It won't even be my voice. I will be basically voice acting once this character is finished and rigged and ready for Twitch. Hopefully I could find a good YouTube video for rigging a PNG tuber, PNG model. Because I do need like visual step-by-steps on how to do something. You can't just tell me how to do something, you have to show me. I'm visual when we're not kinesthetic, not auditory. Low key, I want to make them a cartel boss, but I don't know how Twitch and YouTube will feel about that. Although I have seen a few VTubers that do kind of give like mob cartel boss, but they're usually dudes. I don't know. I might post her on Blue Sky and get some opinions once she's like fully colored in and drawn out. But for now, she's just pencil. Ooh, I know my class is gonna be hard. She has her name. And I did draw up her logo. I got to post on Blue Sky maybe. I don't know. She just needs like basically everything else, with the big thing being her lower. Excuse me. I'm just a little bit tired. Ooh, I should make a hot cocoa after this. Okay, I feel like I should get tested for like ADHD or ADD. Or even autism. So I hear like autism testing is like how expensive. I think it's the same for ADHD and ADD. Eh, I don't think it's affecting me much. It's like probably go my whole life without knowing. Really, I just want to get tested because I'm curious. Would explain a lot of my behaviors and ways of thinking. What the hell is my husband's friend listening to? I was gonna say something and then I completely went off the rails and forgot. Oops. I don't know. Once I gain more of a following on here, um, I have been thinking about potentially opening up these Yap Attack sessions to collabs. But because this is recorded and posted on YouTube, I don't know how people will feel about that. I mean, of course, they could put their own Yap Attack down in the comments, down in chat, and I will read them. A lot of them want me to. Excuse me, oh my god. But I don't know. We'll just wait and see what happens. Maybe once I get more of a flow of viewers, we can bring it up. I still need to edit down my long form videos on YouTube into YouTube Shorts. I have yet to do it. I have 2 hour ish. One goes a little bit over an hour. The other one's like 50 something minutes. And I've yet to cut either one of them down to shorts. What is this about Lizzo being pregnant, huh? I have not kept up with Lizzo ever since her lawsuit. I've been looking into it. A lot of it has been like dropped. Like her body shaming allegations, those were dropped. I was like, I knew that shit would not hold up in court. I do not see Lizzo body shaming people, especially since she's a plus size woman herself, and her whole thing is about body positivity like that. Yeah, I know people lie and shit, but that just does not sound like Lizzo. But she still has the thickest hostility lawsuit. I think there's one for sexual harassment. I don't remember. Let me look that up actually. These have been going on for like a couple years, I think. I gotta take that vacation. Okay, basic overview. As of December 25, a judge dismissed the fact-shaming claims in the lawsuit filed by 3 former dancers against Lizzo, with the plaintiffs dropping their appeals. However, key allegations of sexual harassment, hostile work environment, and false imprisonment against Lizzo and her production company remain active and are moving forward. Damn, this has been going for like almost 3 years. Dismissal of fat shaming. The judge dismissed claims that Lizzo fat shamed her dancers and wrongfully terminated based on weight. All dancers involved has out their appeal of this decision, so I guess they're not appealing anymore. I was only getting reminded about this lawsuit recently because I'm like listening to this celebrity gossip podcast called Sis Let Me Tell You on Spotify. And they had an episode talking about the Lizzo lawsuit. Since I'm watching it from the beginning, this was like a long ass time ago. And so I had to look into it like, did that ever get resolved? Not fully, but I'm glad that the fact shaming was dismissed. But if it turns out Lizzo's guilty of something like um, sexual harassment or false imprisonment, I don't think I'll ever be able to listen to her again. And also wouldn't be the first time that I dropped an artist that I really liked for some shit that they have said or done. When Nicki Minaj went from baddie to maggot, I dropped her so fucking fast. I think I dropped her before that. I think I dropped her when I found out that she was a fucking pedo defender. Honestly, looking back, I should not even be surprised that she ended up supporting Trump. I just hope the whole case gets done now or Lizzo's found not guilty of all the claims against her. Because really, Lizzo makes amazing music. I love her music. And it sucks I haven't been able to listen to it ever since this shit came out. I love Lizzo. I just hope everything goes okay for her. And I just want to get back to listening to music because I miss blasting Truth Hurts. It's about damn time. Good as hell. Those are my bad bitch energy songs. And Lizzo was one of my bad bitch energy artists. Like I would put her in a playlist with Lady Gaga, Kesha, Pink, Britney Spears. And low key, I wanna try and listen to some of Cardi B's music. And maybe replace Nicki Minaj with her. Oh, how the Queen of Rap has fallen. Fuck Nicki Minaj. Anyway, that's all I have for today, guys. I did stay on a little bit longer just because I did get interrupted trying to switch on my laundry. Um, I'm also surprised I got on as early as I did. I did not expect to wake up at the time I did, just because it the clocks did spring forward last night. Um, and I went to sleep at like 10ish. But yeah, I will try and be on tomorrow at my regular weekday time. Actually, I might be on a little later. No, I'll try and be on at 4. Yeah, I'll try and be on at 4, which is my normal weekday time for lives. Um, but yeah, this is recorded. This will be posted on YouTube immediately after I get off. And I will work on turning everything into shorts. Anyway, guys, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.